everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Dolphins going up against the Rams. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call on this Week 3 matchup.
Larry, we haven't had NFL football in this city for 22 years, but football is back here in Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins. And he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The first carry for Alex Collins. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Here's Goff now on second down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. Third down here. Okay, time now to meet the starters defensively for the Miami Dolphins.
And let's start with Xavier Howard, a cornerback out of Baylor. He's one of the top 50 players on my board coming out of the draft in 2016, and I don't think he's going to disappoint. Long, lean, has excellent ball skills.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. And fourth down coming up.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position. 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. Here's the first carry for Matt Jones. And his first carry, he loses the football. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down, here's Goff. Over the middle, he hits Austin. A good pickup there at 22. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney. Leopard. Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Let's go. 3-19.
To throw on second down is gone. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Back to throw. Gone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Hunter Henry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times. And
down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. And the dreaded third and long here for the offense. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On third and long, it's Bortles finding time. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Taken from just outside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. the 50, it's gone. Henry's got it out on the left side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
On second down, Collins. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
And that was a nice play by the defense. And it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center, and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just power players. Now they have to be light on their feet as well to keep up with the speed of the defensive players.
To throw is gone. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Muhammad Wilkerson is one of the most versatile defensive linemen in the league. You can play him at any spot and expect big-time production.
Bortles to throw on second down. And his throw here is incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's third down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Fielded at the 33. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Rams are going offense here for the 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll try the air now with Gall. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin, and it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
We've got a 3rd and 11. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Looking for Austin. Intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. But in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 2nd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing right in, that's complete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
On 1st down, Drake trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain, and it's 2nd down. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. On 2nd down, here's Bortles looking for someone to throw to. He dumps it off to Drake, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know, quarterbacks, they're very protective.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
Throwing is Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Goff. Finds his target, Montgomery. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
All right, here we go. Over. No. Check. Patriot. 3-19.
They'll give it to him right up the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st down, it's gone. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 22 on that one. And that leads to a Los Angeles 1st down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Pros like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Here we go now.
On second down, here's Goff. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The Rams kickoff team on the field. And here we go with the ball in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here's Goff. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top, as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. He takes this for 3 to the 29. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Now let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be a Los Angeles first down.
But that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half, of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that leads to a Los Angeles first down.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive lineman won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. That's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. How they can get much more balance than this? Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets them a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Let's go. Green.
On 1st and 10, gone. And he slings one that's incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy to hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Here we go now. 3-19.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding the clock.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play that time for the Dolphins. 55 yards on the ground. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Into the red zone. It's Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now they'll throw it. Bortles. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit, and sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that?
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Muhammad Wilkerson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Bortles now on 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out, it's not the case.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. To him right up the gut. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Here we go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great lead, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. They come up at an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now on 4th down, Jack Del Rio's going to send on the field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look, and he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And throw right side complete to Parker. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Bortles now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. 3rd and long. It's Bortles. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. He'll look to set up his blockers. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll run it here. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And a catch made by Leonte Carroo. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. He's got time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Bortles got to have this one. surveying the field. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to bounce.